In Venezuela, a tumultuous presidential election could also have major implications for the U.S. Authoritarian President Nicolás Maduro is claiming responsibility in the country's election after his main rival was barred from running. But the opposition is rejecting the election results and also claiming victory. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was in Tokyo earlier today and addressed the U.S.'s concerns about the outcome of the race.
We have serious concerns that the result announced does not reflect the will or the votes of the Venezuelan people. It's critical that every vote be counted fairly and transparently, that election officials immediately share information with the opposition and independent observers without delay.
All right, so for more, we're going to bring in Lilia Luciano, joining me now from Caracas. Lilia, if I recall correctly, Maduro said something along the lines of he was going to win this election by hook or by crook. Now it seems he's claiming victory. Sort of give us the latest.
I mean, Anne-Marie, this has been one of the most bizarre reporting experiences ever, because you talked to both sides and both sides were equally convinced that they would win. Internationally, there was so much support for the opposition on the streets of Caracas and outside of Caracas where we've been. We have seen neighborhoods where people were voting wearing the white shirts, which are representative of supporting the opposition, areas that used to be what they call officialists, that used to be allied with Chavismo, with Maduro. A lot of people turned out. It supposedly was a historic turnout. The polls showed the largest ever lead for an opposition candidate in the history of Chavismo over the last quarter century. In some polls, up to 35% difference that the opposition was expected to win. And then after all of that energy, after all of that enthusiasm that we saw yesterday, people who had been, galvanized to vote, people who came from all over the world, living in different parts of the world, who were Venezuelans, who came here to vote, who said, I will return to my country if there is a victory of the opposition. Suddenly, everything went quiet. We waited for 6 hours for the count. The officials came out from the Consejo Nacional Electoral, the institution that runs the election, which is run by Maduro loyalists. They said irrevocable victory, or irreversible victory is the term that they used. Maduro wins 51% of the vote, 80% of the votes have been counted. Edmundo Gonzalez, who is the proxy candidate basically, had gathered 44% of the votes. Everybody in the opposition headquarters questioned that. They said absolutely no. We have more than enough evidence to say that it was our candidate who won. So we're still waiting the final results, but that official first bulletin said irreversible victory for Maduro. Now the international community is supporting many people, including, as you saw, Secretary Blinken, but leaders from all around the world, the opposition, and saying reveal to them every last vote. Here, the Carter Center is represented. They're among the very few international observers who have been allowed to come, because a lot of them were not. But there's only about 18 people in that team. There were 30,000 voting centers. So imagine the task.
I'm going to predict there will be many people taking to the streets, some in celebration, some in demonstration. I know you're going to continue reporting. Lilia, thank you very much.
We sure will. Thank you.